Hi everybody, it's Bonnie Jean from BonnieJean.com. Welcome back to today's video. Today's day number 23 of our video blogging challenge. And yesterday I talked about putting subscribe links in all my YouTube videos. I suggested that you do the same, especially if you just started on this video blogging challenge, in September. By the time this challenge is over with, you will have 30 videos created. And I don't want you to wait till the last minute to put a subscribe link in there. So look for the link at the bottom of this video where you can go learn how to put subscribe links at the tail end of your videos, and please get that done. Now that also brought up another important point to me when I went to my YouTube channel and looked. Not only did I not have a subscribe link in those videos, but the very first videos that I produced back in 2012 when I first got into video blogging, I did not have a YouTube video cover. And what that means is when someone comes to your video channel, instead of seeing some really nice laid out cover to explain what your video is about, they get to see a picture where you're sitting there going, or, that is not a good video thumbnail. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to create a video thumbnail for your YouTube videos using PowerPoint. And if I have more time this week, I want to also show you how you can do an introduction and an outro video that has animation in it as well. But we'll cover those later. So for now, let's show you how you can create a video cover for your YouTube videos. Obviously, the first thing you want to do is create a new presentation inside of PowerPoint. So click New, click the blank presentation, and then go up to the top, hit Design, Page Setup, and let's change our canvas size to a 13.34 to a 7.5. Landscape mode, say OK. Then right-click over here on the slide, choose Layout, and go down and choose Blank Page. So once we have that, let's add a background. So right-click on the canvas, format our background, go down to Picture or Texture Fill, and then click this File button. And when that opens up, choose the background that you want to use. I'm going to use a starburst that I created in Photoshop. Now you can either create this starburst right inside of PowerPoint, use any other background that you want, and then say either close or apply to all if you intend to use this. So if I intend to use this again for a different YouTube cover, I'm going to say apply to all and close. Now what I want to do is go back up to design and add color on top of this. So I'm going to insert shapes and a rectangle, and I'm going to draw a rectangle on here. Then I'm going to right click it, format my shape, go to line color, say no line, go to fill, and change this, let's say purple. And then I'm going to make it 20% so we can see through it to that starburst behind. Let's go to size and make sure our size is the same size we set up as our canvas. And then say position and make sure it's 0 for both. Okay, now we have our background in place. We have our color in place. Now let's add a picture to the right-hand side here. And I'm going to choose mine because I already have one created. So I'm going to insert picture. And I'm going to go to my pictures and pick a transparent picture of myself. Now, if you can see, I removed the background to this picture and I'm kind of square here on the shoulders, which is not really cool. So what I want to do is go up to Format here and I want to find some sort of picture frame that I like. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to move it into position here. And I don't like the white background. So I'm going to right click on that and say format my picture. And I'm going to go to fill. And then I'm going to pick this dark blue. So now we have a nice blue background and it gives it contrast. And let's close that. So the next thing we need to do is add our text in here. So I'm going to go up to Insert, Text Box, and draw a text box on the screen here and write my text. And let's change this. Let's go to Impact. Impact is a really nice bold font, sticks out, very easy to read on YouTube. And then let's go into maybe a 54. Okay, and I want a border around my text so it pops. So let's go up to Format, click Text Outline, and choose black. And let's go to text line again and go down to weight. And I'm going to make it a 1 point or a 1.5, up to you. I'm going to choose 1. Okay, so that's my first piece of text. I'm going to take my guide and slide it over here so that I can sort of keep my text in line with the next piece of text that I make. So I'm going to highlight this text. I'm going to copy it, click anywhere on my canvas, and then hit Control V with my keyboard and paste more text in there and move that down. And I want to line these up as best as I can because the idea here is to get the text as close to each other, because what I want is I want the right side and the left side to line up. So in order to do that, we're going to have to play around with this text a little bit. And then I'm going to click on my screen here again on the canvas, hit Control V again, and copy me another piece of text down here. And I'm going to, and obviously this text has to be larger. So let's try this. Let's try and get this lined up. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is try and make the space in between each piece of text box here. I want to make the spacing as close together as I can. And I don't want the spacing up top to be different than the spacing down here. So because the rulers really don't help you that much in PowerPoint, I'm going to go to Insert, Shapes, and pull myself a rectangle down here. And I'm going to take it from this word famous, and I'm going to draw it to the end of the S. I'm going to right click, say Format Shape, and then I'm going to size it probably to a 0.25. And then I'm going to move that above the word famous. So I get my spacing in line here, and then click on this box and move it up. And then I'm going to take this box, the rectangle again, move that up above and make U to make sure that this text is lined up above it as well. And then I'll back out my screen here a little bit and see how that looks to my eye, because sometimes the spacing can be really deceiving. Now I usually like to take a box just like this anyway. I'm going to right click this, go to Format, Line Color, and I'm going to remove the line color. I'm also going to fill this with a black. And I'm going to make the black maybe a 50%. I can put it above my text. I'm going to right click it, say copy, click anywhere on my canvas, Control V to paste. I'm going to stick it underneath here. And then I'm going to copy, Control V to paste. I'm going to stick that right underneath the first one. And then I'm going to remove this first one. And that tells me that I have a 0.25 space between one and the other. But do the same thing here. Right click it and copy, and then Control V to paste it. And I'm going to put that on my screen as well. And then I'm going to delete that one there. So I know that this space here is 0.25 as well as this one. And once I have them all together, I'm going to highlight every one of them by dragging my mouse, go over to Group and say Group. Then I'm going to look at this middle line here and line it up with this guide as best as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should fall somewhere within that line. And then I'm going to move it over so the text is also on this guide. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So the next thing that you'll have to do then is export this out. So in order to export it, you just go to File, Save As, go down to PowerPoint Presentation, pick the PNG because you'll get the best quality picture that way, and save it somewhere on your hard drive and call it your YouTube cover, or name it whatever you want, .png, and then click Save. Current slide only, yes. So now this is ready to import into one of your YouTube videos as the cover, and I'll show you how to do that in my next video. And there you go, pretty easy to do, right? So the good thing about YouTube is now you can go back to your YouTube channel and switch out the funny looking thumbnail with one that looks a little bit more professional and will be much more effective in getting people to look at your videos. So until we talk again tomorrow, you take care, be safe, have fun, and I'll see you soon.